Ok, videoen vi skal sjekke ut i dag heter GTA 6 Something is Happening Soon ifra Ink TV. Jeg tenkte vi skulle ta oss og sjekke den ut. Let's go.
Yesterday was the biggest day in GTA 6 news in months. And not because we got leaks, not because they got hacked and things got leaked out.
Jeg tror jeg vet hvorfor.
We actually got information from the mouth of both Take-Two, which is the parent company of Rockstar Games, as well as information and news from Rockstar themselves. So there is a lot of it. There's a lot to break down here, and it includes the price point, when we're going to see trailers, it includes the future of Rockstar Games, and it includes words and like releases from Rockstar themselves, which paints a picture of what the rest of the year for not just Rockstar, not just GTA 6, but also GTA Online is going on as well. So basically where this came from is yesterday, this is an article from IGN, Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of Take-Two, was speaking at a panel called Icon today. This is a new conference for video game executives. This was a public conference, but it was not recorded. Now, some of the biggest announcements from Strauss Zelnick are put out by the game roll here. So in this, it was said that Strauss Zelnick said that GTA 6 marketing will begin soon in response to being asked about the game. This is obviously a vague answer meant to deflect the question, but still, it's another great sign of confidence from Take-Two. It's almost time, Rockstar. So, soon is the exact quote that he's talking about here. Now, here is the thing. The last thing that we heard from Strauss Zelnick was the fact that marketing for GTA 6 was supposed to start in summer of this year. Now, he is speaking on North American time, which means summer is June 21st to September 21st, around that area. That's not soon. Soon is like this month. And we recently just heard about the next investor call for Rockstar Games for Take-Two, which is happening on May 21st.
Ja, og det som hvis man ser på historien på tidligere Rockstar-utgivelser, så har som regel de begynt å kjøre markedsføring i 2-3 uker før den siste investorkallen for året, for det året det planlagt å bli releaser. Så jeg ganske sikker på at vi kommer til å få GTA 6 trailer 3 før 21. mai. Jeg ganske sikker. Jeg tror egentlig enten 5. eller 10. mai. Faktisk så tidlig.
All of Grand Theft Auto's promotion in the past has taken place in a 3-week period before or even during the investor call, which means that soon comment tells me that the next 3 weeks something is happening, which we already knew like 90%. And this is not the only thing that Strauss Zelnick said that should have been a surprise. The next thing has to do with the release date. He also said in this, Strauss Zelnick also joked that a lot of people will be calling in sick on November 19th, specifically dropping that day during today's Icon and executive panel. He's definitely not wrong. The world isn't ready for GTA 6's launch. Rockstar is going to cause an employee shortage for sure. They're going to have to start paying overtime on GTA 6 day because people are just not going to be at work. But the reason why that is such a big comment and such a big thing to say is because that is the first time since the November 19th release date that Strauss Zelnick has said November 19th. You've said that we are confident in our release date. We've said that we're pushing forward for later this year. But dropping the November 19th release date doubles down on that is it. We are not delaying.
Nei. Det skal jeg tror det skal ekstremt mye til. Det må skje noe spesielt hvis det blir utsatt igjen nå. Når han går ut offentlig og sier det på den måten nå, så det blir det 19.
This game, and that is huge positive news for the game. So November 19th looking spicy, and the next few weeks for trailers, marketing, and everything to actually begin. That is huge. Now, that wasn't the only thing that he talked about. The two other things that he talked about was the price of the game. Now, this has been a hot topic for a very long time. People saying that GTA 6 was going to be a super premium game. In other words, they were going to be charging $100 for it. And it doesn't sound like that is the case whatsoever.
Okay.
This is the direct statements from Strauss-Zelnick. Consumers pay for the value that you bring them. And our job is to charge way, way, way less than the value delivery. That is huge. Typically speaking, CEOs do not say that, especially at a panel for CEOs.
Tenk hvis CEO i Activision for eksempel kunne ha hatt den tankegangen.
Typically they would say, you have to find the price point that best reflects what the consumers are getting and the most amount that you can charge. That's not what he's saying. That is not what he's saying at all. He continues to say, how you feel about something you buy is an intersection of the thing itself and what you pay for. Consumers need to feel like the thing itself is amazing and the price they were charged was fair for what they got. So that's like your more typical statement, but he then goes on to talk about the prices of games in the history. He went on to mention that game pricing has actually gotten cheaper over the years, a reference to the fact that major game releases have been priced at $60 or at most $70 for most of a decade, as compared to the greater rates of inflation. He says, if you look at it through that lens, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that isn't the lens through which we look. Instead, we look at how do we deliver something amazing and how do we make sure that what people pay feels very reasonable. He was also terrified for questioning about how they measure the success of GTA 6, which actually makes a lot of sense because really, if you're the biggest thing in the world and you release something new, how do you decide whether making $3 billion on the first 3 days or making $5 billion or making $2 billion is the correct amount when there is literally nothing else to compare it to other than maybe GTA 5, which is over a decade old, and that release was that long ago. So yeah, I don't know how you measure that either.
Men ikke det sykt det med prisen, at de tenker på den måten, fordi at det der kan de mjelke som faen. Altså, hadde de satt prisen til, si 1500 norske kroner da, for et standard edition GTA 6, folk hadde kjøpt det. Altså, folk hadde kjøpt det likevel. Men at hvis de faktisk bare kommer ut nå og bare være grei på prisen, det så sykt. Men det blir spennende å se.
This is my favorite part. What we think about is making the most spectacular piece of entertainment on Earth in
thank you.
History, and it's pretty daunting challenge. If we do that, if we're of service to our customers, then the upside will take care of itself.
Ooh.
Freaking lovely. He was also asked, elsewhere in the talk, Zelnick gave some slim hope of fans of LA Noire that a sequel might happen one day.
Okay.
Broadly, we are looking at doing something in the future with all of our intellectual property, he said. There's nothing to announce on LA Noire specifically, and if there were, it would be Rockstar announcing it, not me. First of all, love that. Love that. A lot of the time what I see with like Call of Duty and games like that is the publisher want to take all the credit for it. And that's not right? Like Activision puts on Call of Duty Next and then shows off everything inside of Treyarch or inside of Infinity Ward's games, right? That doesn't feel right. It should be the people who made the game that are like, wait, man, look at this, right? So I really like that he said that. But in any case, with regard to our legacy IP, the teams are always looking at what we have and where we're and we're always thinking about it. The question at any given time, do we have a team that's passionate about working on that? So that not only, I don't think only leans towards LA Noire. You could also look at that for Manhunt. You could also look at that for Red Dead, right? We know that they're working on Grand Theft Auto. There's not going to be a Grand Theft Auto 7 for more than 10 years after this one comes out. So what that tells me is that the next thing that they're working on isn't going to be a new IP. They're going to be leaning on their old IPs. Now, we're not done yet.
Okay.
Now we move over to Rockstar. Off of Strauss-Zelnick over to Rockstar. Now, they put out a blog, if you will, about the mission creator. Now, if you don't know what mission creator is, it's a thing for GTA Online that allows people to create missions. And they announced that they are working on creating older GTA missions, specifically missions from Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, and 3, and bringing them into GTA Online. Okay. They talk about how this works, what's the way to do it, and how they see this working moving forward and people sharing content. But the interesting part about this is right at the bottom, they say, and more. Expect more community-made missions to land in the series later this year. And look out for a host of GTA Online events to come, including motorsports-based mayhem and a frenetic community race series kicking off next month. Now, why is that so important? Well, this is the first time we've heard them talk about later this year. Yeah. A lot of people thought that once we start to get marketing for GTA 6, the support for GTA Online would disappear. And that doesn't appear to be the case. No, that doesn't appear to be the case whatsoever. So what that tells me is that they're going to continue support for GTA Online throughout this year. It also tells me likely GTA 6 Online will probably not be out this year. I think that'll be a next year thing. They'll kind of sunset the current GTA Online, and then like early next year, a month, 2 months, 3 months after the launch of GTA.
Okay, for det är väldigt mycket info där ute som säger liksom GTA Online kommer en månad efter storyn liksom. Men det det ser ikke ut som GTA 6 Online kommer i år, men man vet aldrig då. Det kan ju hända de kör support för GTA 5 Online och i tillägg release någon tidlig utgave av GTA 6 Online, who knows.
GTA 6, that is one we'll be looking at. But one more thing. If you look at Rockstar's Twitter page, nothing really seems crazy here. It's just them putting out promotion. But the one thing that you'll notice is in a very, 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 very long time, Rockstar hasn't responded to anyone's tweets. However, they have started. As you can see here, someone talking about their birthday. As you can see here, you can see them talking about in collaboration with Rockstar, GTA series videos, which is a massive GTA channel. They are responding for the first time in so long. They are literally replying to tweets. Now, that doesn't seem like a big deal on the surface, but let me tell you a behind the scenes thing that I know about marketing for video games. I know this from talking to people who work on marketing for video games. As it turns out, when something is happening, when something is about to happen, marketing shifts. They'll have a meeting, and who's ever in charge of the Twitter account, they'll be told, dude, it's time you start replying to things. This is how I want you to reply to things. There'll be a whole discussion about the best way to do it. And it seems as though for the first time in years, this is not a month's thing. This is not a week's thing. This is a year's thing. Rockstar is changing the way their Twitter account is run, which tells me the meeting has already happened. The marketing is now not coming. It is underway. And we are in for a whirlwind.
Oh, so, yeah.
This is just the beginning. If you want to stay up to date on all of this, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Turn on notifications because I think the next 3 weeks is going to be crazy.
Uten tvil. Det kommer bare til å bli mer og mer nå de nærmeste ukene. Mest sannsynlig rett før og etter investor-callen som Take-Two Entertainment skal ha, så kommer det til å ta helt av. Og ja, da kommer de virkelig til å starte markedsføringen for GTA 6. Så det blir spennende. Da kommer det nok veldig mye mer info. Jeg håper jo så sinnssykt at vi skal få en skikkelig gameplay-trailer, et eller annet sånt. Så er det bare til å følge med.